Okay. It's too hot to drink tea, so I'm drinking water. Water spilled. So as I mentioned before, the Ordinary Rosehip Oil was my favourite. Was our favourite of the year. However, I've got 3 Ordinary products that are in my worst of the year. Oh, sorry. So first of all, it's the Natural Moisturizing Factors with hyaluronic acid. I hope I said that right. So I really thought I'd like this just because hyaluronic acid is good for dry skin. It really pumps up the skin when it's a bit dehydrated. However, this is just such a weird formula and felt so weird on my skin. It's like silicone-y. I'll show you. Like, it's like so super thick. Like it doesn't move. Like, and it's like chunky as well. Like, can you see that? I did give this a good go for a few days, but it was just no match. Next up was the High Spreadability Fluid Primer. I went into the Abnormal Beauty Company store. They've got one in Melbourne here, and I picked this up, and the lady there said this was really, really good for dry skin. This did nothing for my skin. I felt like it didn't prime my skin at all. I felt like it just sunk into the skin really quickly, and it didn't leave my skin feeling moisturized at all. I felt like I needed to put a lot on, but then when I put a lot on, I felt like I had a big thick layer of primer underneath my foundation. It didn't really set down. I just felt like it was, no, this didn't work for me. The other one is interesting to talk about was the hyaluronic acid, 2% plus B5. Funny thing about this is that when I got this, like I've used like more than half the bottle, as you can see. I gave this a really good go, and when I first started using it, I thought I really liked it. To be fair, I feel like it didn't really, even when I thought I liked it, I felt like it wasn't doing much. But I was like, okay, like it's nice. Like I used it as an extra step in my makeup routine before I put moisturizer on. But I was finding that at the period of time that I was using this, on my forehead, I had a lot of problems with like skin like straight up peeling off. Like it looked like, it was so funny. I remember I went to work one day with no makeup on, and one of my managers was like, oh, did you get a skin peel? And I was like, no, I just have really dry skin. But and then as soon as I stopped using this, it went away. And I was like, what the fuck? Maybe I was using too much of it, too often or something like that. But it does say apply a few drops to face AM and PM before cream. So the thing, you should use this twice a day. I was using this once a day. So I don't know. And I do have another friend that said she used this and she had the same reaction. She had peeling on her forehead. And anyway, I stopped using it straight away. And it's funny because when I thought I liked it, I bought a backup of it. So I've got a whole other bottle. So I've got 1.5 bottles of this that I'm not going to use, that don't work for me. Yeah. Alrighty, so that's all for me dragging the Ordinary. Oh my god, there's another product I forgot. There's a 4th Ordinary product. I'm so sorry. So quickly, the Coverage Foundation. I've spoken about this a lot. It's not that I disliked it, or it's not that like it didn't work for me. That's the truth. It didn't work for me, but I think the more of the reason why this is in my worst of the year is just because I think it was super overhyped. In comparison to the Serum Foundation, I don't think it had any more coverage. I don't think it didn't leave a really nice like finish on my skin, unfortunately. And overall, it's just overrated. I think it's really awesome that they have a bunch of shades in this. I think it's really awesome that this is really affordable, but the Serum Foundation just works so much better for me. And this one did talk about another foundation. It is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. This is well loved in the beauty community. I'm fully aware of that, but I hated it. It has the most, it smells like paint. Not exaggerating at all. It smells like a mixture of paint and nail polish. That's what I felt like I was putting on my skin when I used this. It's such a strong, disgusting scent. I know it's cheap. I know it's a really cheap foundation, but I just couldn't get past that. And also, it dried out my skin like crazy. I was stoked on it, like this is a really light shade. It was too light for me. I actually used this for Halloween because it was like, I was like, I'm never going to use it. It's really light. I wanted really pale skin for Halloween. So I used it, but my skin hated me for days after it. And I think it's a mixture of like all the disgusting chemicals in this, the fact that it's dried out my skin like crazy, and yeah, no mask for me. Did not work. Okay, so another face product was the NYX Born to Glow. I spoke about this when I first started my channel quite a few months ago when I did a Priceline haul, and I just didn't like this because it did nothing. The thing with liquid illuminators that I have a problem with is you're meant to put them on your skin and then mix it in with foundation or something, and you're meant to get a glow, but I just find with foundation it just covers it up. And even when I tried to put it over foundation, it lifted up my foundation. I tried to apply it so many different ways, and it either lifted off my foundation or it just didn't show up at all. So this was a total miss for me. Didn't do anything. Alrighty, so next up, let's talk about a few palettes. I'm not going to talk much about this one because this is going to be in everyone's dislikes, but the Subculture palette, unfortunately, well, the color range is beautiful. It's like everything that I could ever want in an eyeshadow palette, but I don't reach for it because I'm terrified every time I'm going to use it, it's going to completely fuck up my eyes. Like, and the fact that there's so much fallout, it doesn't blend. Even the shimmers are really underwhelming in this, and I'm just disappointed because I love the color range, but the formula, as everyone says, is just really average. Another couple of palettes that didn't work for me was the Clara Cosmetics Rose Gold palettes. So I've got the London and the New York. This was sent in PR. But yeah, for the fact that they are drugstore for $40, I think is a little bit of a stretch considering you don't get that many shades. The highlighter's okay, but overall, I just thought that was super average and I don't reach for them. Okay, only a couple of dislikes left. So I dragged this Adele lash brush on and like the lash glue. It is the worst thing I've ever used. Don't buy it. Like, it's just so bad. The little mini glues that come with lashes sometimes is like 10 times better still. Like, this is terrible. And yeah, if anything, this is probably the worst product of the year. I'm sitting here laughing deliriously because it's that bad. Like, all I could do was laugh. Next up is the Becca highlighters. So this is in the mini version, but this is probably more of a disappointment. Like, it's not a terrible product. It's not that it didn't work or anything, but there's so much hype about Becca highlighters, and I was just so disappointed. This did nothing for me. Like, it did nothing. It's just like it didn't excite me at all. Like, it barely glows. Like this, I've got the shade Opal, which is like a champagne-y, pinky, goldy. Like, it's good for my skin tone, but like, so overrated. Becca highlighters. There are so many better highlighters out there for such a smaller amount of money. Like, in Australia, these are like $60 for like the full size highlighters, which is insane. Becca, why are your prices so high? Like, ridiculous. So overrated, and I will not be purchasing any of their full size ones. Two things left, and they are lip products. Let's talk about the KKW Kylie collab. So I purchased these. The colors are pretty. I love nudes, obviously, but there was just something about these. I don't reach for them. Like, Gatsby, I don't reach for them at all. I find that there's like two that look significantly different, but like I think they only needed to release like two, like a pinky one and a brownie one. I feel like 4 was a bit of overkill. I know they weren't meant to be long lasting, but like they don't last at all. Like, I feel like they come off really easily. You have to keep reapplying them. They don't even have that nice smell that the other Kylie lipsticks have. The pigmentation is okay, but there's just other, if I just want like not a liquid lipstick, but I just want a normal lipstick, I'll get like a bullet lipstick. I won't, and at least I know that that will at least last a little bit longer even if it's not matte. So I don't know, like they just didn't do much for me. I was a bit disappointed by them. and I never reach for them. So I think it was like a hybrid between a lip gloss and a lipstick, but it just didn't work for me, unfortunately. Last product is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this other than the fact that this is probably the most underwhelming experience I've had with a makeup product. The pigmentation is lackluster, to say the least. Like I just did like a little swipe, and it looks nice when you swatch it, but it's just, I find it's really tough to get it on the lips. There's not like a one swiper at all. I feel like even if I really do like press down hard and I do a couple of layers, it doesn't show up very well. It doesn't last very well, and you definitely need a lip liner underneath for it to show up at all. So unfortunately, the Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips, I have Kim KW, it was just a bit of a miss for me, especially given how expensive they are. I've got lots of other lipsticks from other smaller brands that are just incredible, have incredible pigmentation. I recently picked up one of the Anastasia actual like lipsticks like this, and it was amazing. Like, and that's high end, but it's still cheaper than this one. So I can't wait to actually pick up more of those. But other than that, like, I definitely won't be trying any more of these. So those are my favorites and least favorites of 2017 makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video. Can you let me know in the comments below what was your favorite and your least favorite product of the year? I really want to know. I love to see dislikes especially, and I know at the end of every year I look forward so much to watching these videos. So I hope you got something out of this video. I hope it was just enjoyable to watch, to see me rant and rave about products I loved and I hated. And I had a lot of fun filming this, just as much fun as I have watching these. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and again, comment down below, let me know what was your least favorite and your favorite product of the year, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!